Hello, Internet, and welcome to the finale of Elegant Magicks, the Good Society tale of incantations and infatuations in Bexley under Mount Whitebridge. Number 2-1, y'all. Holy moly. We're doing this. Thank you so much. If you are here with us live, we appreciate you very, very much on this lovely, lovely Thursday evening. If you are not here with us live and you're here with us 10 years down the line watching this on YouTube, we appreciate you still very much. And thank you for catching all of the amazing content that we have on that YouTube channel. I'm not biased at all, but, definitely check out the YouTube, hit that subscribe and you can see when everything gets sent on over there. It's a lot. It's good. It's a lot because we are here every single day except for Wednesdays, I believe, at this point. We are here on Mondays. We're here on Tuesdays. We're here on Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, 2 games on Saturdays, and Sundays. Yeah, we're busy bees. Definitely come check all of that out. Let's see, what other housekeeping things before we get on rolling? We have merch. Haha! We have merch in the merch store. We have things like this tank top that I'm wearing, which says "Bye, fly, and ready to die." And of course, as we know, it's not a tank top. Makes sense. I happen to have the same thing right here on a lovely mug. It's pretty great too. We've got many other things. We have the lovely GGK logo. We have things like Roll for Smut and the Bubba Gump. Nope, then I did it wrong. And now we're gonna get sued. And I apologize, y'all. Sorry.
Bye, everyone.
Honestly, if that's what they get us on, I'll go out that way.
The Gubba Bump Shrimp Company. All those psychedelic hallucinatory shrimp are amazing. Basically, we say ridiculous stuff and put it on merchandise for you to purchase, and you have been, which we really appreciate. Thanks. That's kind of awesome. Obviously supports the channel, and we can keep making more goofy stuff to say to then put on more merchandise and then profit. Anyway, I'm gonna shut the hell up and let my amazing cast introduce themselves. Please, as always, tell us who you are, where we can find you on the internet, and who you are playing. Hopefully not for the very last time, but for the last time in a while. Let's start with Val.
Hello, everybody. I am Val. You can find me at the Kraken's Crown on Twitter and Twitch. I'm here Thursdays through Mondays playing and running games. I run 3 games on this channel. Fridays, Neon Souls, and Saturdays, alternate games. Saturday night's Mistborn, and Saturday night's Star Power. Come out for all of those. But tonight, I am going to be playing, I almost just said Raleigh Addison, and I don't know how I lost my goddamn mind. I am playing Layrd Avalon Cross, who is socialite, and their desire is to drive the family that looks down on them to self-destruction and ruin.
Who the hell is Raleigh?
I know.
Never heard of them.
Never.
Nope.
They will never be seen again.
He's off happy with his husband. He's fine. Savvy.
Hello, I'm Savvy. I'm at Savvy Seaworth on the internets, mostly on Twitter, where you can find my streaming schedule, the new updated one finally pinned to the top of my page. I am here like Val, same time, Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays, and Mondays, either playing games or running them. I run 2 games on this channel, one on Sunday afternoons at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, Slaying 201. We're back to the Slayingverse, playing Monster of the Week. We just had our first episode, and it was everything I thought it was going to be, and more. I'm very excited to continue on in that universe. And then on Mondays, I run a show called The Forgotten is Dungeons and Dragons, and we're playing Hoard of the Dragon Queen with a bunch of characters who existed in other universes and didn't get to have their stories told. So now they're fighting dragons, and it's really fun. But tonight, I am playing Jessamine Blackwood, the tutor, whose desire is to restore her family name and resume her place in society.
Thank you. Next up is RJ.
Hello, everyone. I am RJ. As you can see, I'm not in my regular streaming setup. I am vacationing. But you can catch me at RJS282 on Twitter and Twitch, where I tweet about the nerdy things in my life and sometimes stream with my friends. I'm all over the internet, but particularly mostly here on GGK on Thursdays and Saturdays. I'm on rotating Mistborn and Star Power. And Sunday you can catch me over at LB Hack 'em Up, where we're doing some masks. I'm playing the son of a friend named Blitz. He's a good time. Also over at the Indoor Adventures channel on Mondays as a Shatterkai wizard. We are in the Shadowfell, and our DM has incorporated a book called The Weird and Wild. It is a strange time. The last thing we fought was called a Grim King, and what they do is if you die next to them, you become incorporated in their body, and they can also banish you to a meat dimension where you are filled with an insatiable hunger. Today I'm playing Jarvis Hawke, whose goal is to take revenge on the people responsible for stealing Wampia Love.
That was beautiful. And terrifying.
It's
But
Arby's.
beautiful.
It's the meat dimension.
Last but not least, Alex.
Hello, I am Alex. OMG, it's some guy on the internet, mostly here on this channel, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Mistborn Saturdays. On Tuesdays, I'm either running our Masks game, Squire Squad. The BBEG just rolled into town and disintegrated one of the player's cousins, or player character's cousins. So that's been exciting. And then opposite that Tuesday slot, we also have a Cthulhu-esque game in Savage Worlds that LB and I are the 2 players in. So it's a nice, cozy, small game run by David, which has been a lot of fun. That's Groundhog's Day versus Immortal Cultists. So lots of shenanigans going on there. We recently recruited a cranky old man who has also been caught in a Groundhog's Day death loop and has fought them previously. Yeah. Let's see. And for tonight's game, I am playing Mr. Bernard Sinclair, the French cowboy prince of America, who is the new arrival, whose desire is to determine your love's true feelings and reestablish your engagement.
I love it all so much. Yeah, it really would have been wild if it had been actually a player's cousin, because what the hell? What is happening over there in your game? But enough of that. Hello, I am your facilitator for this evening. I'm Christina Sid. You can find me on the Twitters at Greek Sid, generally just talking about the fun stuff I do here Thursdays, Fridays, every other Saturdays, Sundays, and Mondays. Woot! Yeah, it is a whole energy, isn't it, chat? By the way, chat, Twitch is being a butt, so I can see the chat, but I cannot participate right now, and I apologize. So I'm not ignoring you, but I see everything you're doing.
She guides others to a treasure she cannot have.
I see everything you're doing. Okay, let's head on over to the recap, shall we? As I should note, we are we have an extended, jam-packed finale tonight. Obviously, we're here a little bit early, so we're gonna take advantage of that as much as we can. So we're jumping on in. Let me find. Just because I like this one. We all like this one. We love Dark Fantasy Studios. Thank you. Never change.
This is facing the dragon.
It is facing the dragon. I love it. It's a family favorite. A last time on Elegant Magicks. Our major characters prepared for 2 epic upcoming evenings. A showdown at an Arcanum Populi meeting, and a showdown at a ball. Both quite terrifying. For starters, Avalon, aka Lonnie, magically disguised themselves as an old person to meet with Ms. Ayres in plain sight at the Empty Raven, finalizing their plans to strip the four of the Arcanum of their power for the potential corruption that they have been floating around. Bernie formally asked Miranda to the ball, while Avalon and Jessamine met clandestinely to formulate a convoluted yet romantic plan of riding separately and then together and then separately again. But definitely coordinating their outfits. That definitely happened. Speaking of coordinating, Jarvis and Jacqueline got ready together out of Jarvis's amazing armoire. After that, the whole group finally made their way to the public house to be formally announced at the ball. Shenanigans, of course, ensued. While Avalon battled a sugar-rushed Morrigan, Jessamine battled with holding her tongue around Avalon in public, and a surprise appearance from Zachary, now working for Mrs. Knox of the Fae Courts, had the Hawke brothers making some amends. And also, verbally battling, as they usually do. It's their thing. Overall, our major characters enjoyed a lovely evening of dancing, eating delicious food, and only, suffering a slight bit of apprehension that, Ariana Sinclair, Bernie's aunt, might, make an appearance, although she didn't. Until she totally did, and then proceeded to bear all of their secrets to the entire town, including Avalon's membership in the Arcanum and the twins' real last name, Blackwood. A family with a sordid history within Bexley. Also, very importantly, the fact that Jacqueline is supposed to be in prison right now. While Avalon managed to talk down the angry mobs, the Blackwood sisters were accosted by them, and Jessamine, acting quickly, teleported them both to Jarvis's lab, unfortunately completely depleting herself of magic in the process. As the sisters discussed what to do next, a masked figure stepped out of the shadows and declared that they would probably need some help. And also that they themselves were the advocate. Mwahaha. That is officially the shortest recap that we have done. Not for want of things happening. So, officially speaking, that was the end of our first of our last two novel chapters for Elegant Magicks. So, as we do, we are going to jump into the reputation phase, which might be interesting tonight, given what happened at the party. So, this is a little too intense for reputation. Let's see.
I don't know. Some of us did some shit.
I mean, true. Oh, holy shit. There's some gift subs happening in the chat. Thank you. Y'all are amazing. Holy crap. Much obliged. Is that Wally? Wally. Thank you, Wally. So, if everyone would like to look over their characters, and anyone have an idea of a descriptor for their overall reputation over this last novel chapter? I see a hand.
It's mine.
Jessamine.
I have one. I'm going to, once again, I think, pull a negative tag.
That seems fair. That seems fair.
Considering we did spend a lot of mine, but I think I'm gonna pull acted on a desire in a way that compromised your duty or morality, because when shit went down, Jessamine just bailed. Didn't say anything, didn't check on anyone else, not even Morrigan, not Avalon, not anybody, just grabbed Jacqueline, bailed the fuck out.
That's fair. That's very fair.
And I think
So,
I'm gonna call it selfish because I think even being in public as much as she was probably a little selfish in the first place.
okay. Nice.
It was
So,
a bad decision in general.
There were a lot of questionable decisions that happened both at and before the party. So she's in good company for those. Technically speaking, because you burned a lot of your negative tags, this would also be the time that we would remove any reputation conditions. But then you just got another one.
Yeah.
So
That just puts me back at 3, so I'm just gonna put it back.
Okay. Perfect. So you'll go ahead and keep what you had.
Yeah, because
Of no importance?
I think I have the text of it on here. But it is essentially your attendance at social events is viewed as awkward, unnecessary, and unfortunate, and I think that still applies.
Just a tad.
Just in a different way.
Just a bit. Yeah, a very different way. I love it. Excellent. Perfection. Gold star for Savvy. Who's next?
I think I've got a relatively straightforward one. So, as the foreigner, gain a negative tag if you acted in a way that would shame or embarrass your place of origin. And the whole fleeing the country to avoid an engagement and having that brought to light, probably not great.
I mean, all that ass shaking on the dance floor probably didn't help either. I'm just saying.
I would argue it did, but not enough.
Didn't outweigh each other.
Yes.
Yeah, no. Unfortunate.
And I feel like there's a very specific word I'm looking for in terms of like running away from an engagement, but it's not coming to mind right now.
What's it like? How is it similar?
I mean, it's some flavor of coward or cowardice, but
A CAD. Thesaurus.com. One day, thesaurus.com. You will be a sponsor of this show. I'm saying it now. I'm putting it into the universe. You will sponsor this show one day. Coward.
I put in cowardly, and one of them is just running scared, which I think is funny.
Scaredy cat. Chicken heart. Yellow belly.
I just disagree wholeheartedly with using chickens as a synonym for being scared. Y'all ever seen an
Chickens
angry
are-
chicken?
Chickens
Holy
don't give a
shit, dude.
fuck.
They could not care less. They know you're a ton bigger than them. They don't care. They will fight you.
They are
It's so
descended from T-Rexes. Of course they're going to carry that energy.
They're angry little things.
I will say, for whatever reason, thesaurus.com thinks a synonym of coward is jellyfish.
Because they're spineless.
Ayo. I am also peeking
Spineless is fun.
dastardly. I kind of like dastardly, personally.
I think either that, or if we really want to go with the parlance of his homeland, I think
Yellow belly.
belly could be good.
Yeah. I'm done with either. That's your,
He's
your
the
cho-
cowboy
dealer's
king.
choice.
Yeah,
he is the
let's
cowboy, the French
go
cowboy king.
Yellow bellied.
Yellow belly. How are you
and that-
looking?
That does put me
Conditioning-wise.
at my third negative.
Oh, buddy. All right. Rep condition time.
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
I mean, so there's either great offense, your actions are offensive to someone of local importance and they mean to make it known publicly, or fracture, someone close to you is appalled by your behavior and refuses to talk to you. I think actually, because I've done both of these before, because I've gone back and forth with having these conditions, but I'm leaning towards great offense, but not with my aunt this time, because she already kind of just did that. But what if the Baroness is like, I thought Bernie was such a delight, and to see that he is this scoundrel, because she probably has
So-
more local importance than Aunt Ariana.
I wouldn't be so sure about that. But so you wanna jump on in and also have the Baroness out for blood?
I think it'll make things more interesting. Just because I don't know who else to target with either of the possibilities.
Do it.
Ready to be angry at me as usual, Savvy?
I'll wait.
Excellent. We're not murdering NPCs, just DoorDash, for God's sake. Okay.
You can't get a chopped cheese in Florida. They are New York only.
That's not true. I can get a chopped cheese here in Chicago.
It's not the same.
We're gonna. Those
I'll
are
pretend
fighting
like I know what
words.
y'all are talking about.
I have no idea what that
There are a
is.
lot of New York transplants in Chicago. I'm just saying. Anyway, excellent. Thank you, Gold Star Alex. Who else is ready?
I got mine. Mine's
Okay.
pretty easy.
What you got?
Mine's definitely a negative tag
Mhm.
because let me get the language here. Allowed others of lesser rank to talk down to you or treat you as an inferior, and fucking Aunt. Yeah,
Ariana kind of verbally had her way with everyone last time, so that's
and
very
cannot
fair.
pretend that she is not of a lesser rank. I am Laird of this town. I demand respect. So yeah, definitely that. And I was thinking about going with rebellious because I think that's a long time coming. And now that it's been officially like outed,
Mm-hmm.
I think the rebellious tag makes a lot of sense.
I like it. Yes.
Which does put me in my third.
Oh boy. All right. What are we thinking?
I was thinking, so I had revenge before I lost that
Mm-hmm.
when that got spent. I was thinking fracture, and I was thinking the Baroness
All right.
for fracture because that's the one.
So she's officially just not speaking to them at all.
yeah.
Like
I think that's
they
the-
are disowned.
Yeah, I think she would take that. I mean, regardless of how Avalon tried to play it off, I have a feeling that she's going to take that very personally, and it's like that's the last straw. I'm done with them.
They are dead to me.
Yeah.
Does that seem
So-
fair, Baroness?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she's at that
I-
point.
Let's do it.
Who do I not hate?
No one.
No one.
Bon Karma?
What about Morgan?
That's probably true.
We found the two people Cross doesn't hate.
The two people she tolerates the presence of.
Yes. Her youngest daughter and the man that she's screwing. Excellent.
Which that one could
Ah.
go south at any point, so.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, all you have to do is ask politely.
Oh, RJ.
I'm sorry, I have
you
an
got?
energy about me.
Oh, we
I'm
all
gonna-
do tonight.
I'm gonna go for a positive tag because in her tirade against everyone, she just looked at Jarvis and said, "He's a hawk," and everyone was like, "Yeah, that's fair." But personally, cutting off both his family and quitting the college
Mhm.
would have been. I had the language. Sorry, that is not the right one. Family background and repute. Acted in obedience to society's no, make a sacrifice or denied your own desires to show you're not like the rest of your family.
Yeah, I would say so. And even in that, I would say even reconciling with Zach would fall into that, because normally you burn a hawk, you done, you gone. But yeah, they're
Yeah.
coming back together as bros, which is great.
I'm gonna give Jarvis the tag liberated. Which-
that.
Puts me at 6 or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 positive conditions.
Holy crap.
I also have
I
five.
did the. I am the goodest boy right now.
What the shit? All right. Y'all can spend those and have like good shit happen. I'm just
Mind
saying.
you,
I would
mind you,
never.
Sid. I've also spent good tags.
Amazing. Excellent. Alrighty then. So we are, y'all, that was our last reputation. That was it. Say bye, because this is our last cycle, so we don't do it anymore after this. That's it. Bye, reputation. It's been real. Oh, and we move on to rumors and scandal, of which all of those two things abound right now, I would say. So, as a reminder to our lovely folks following along at home, we currently have several rumors that are out and about, so people know about them, but don't necessarily believe them to be true right now. Our lovely players can spread those, or they can make up and or spread some additional ones. So, available still right now, we have the Hawke family is mobilizing in heretofore unforeseen numbers and strength. That's a lovely sentence. I enjoy that. Lord Manfred von Karma is secretly the illegitimate child of the monarch. Lord Manfred von Karma and the Baroness Cross have begun to publicly court in order to formally recognize their illegitimate child. Which one? Who knows? The Lady Oberon Cross is in talks with the Hawke family about bringing one of her fae folk into the Hawke family fold. Zachary Hawke has agreed to auction off Hawke family secrets to the highest bidder. And an esoteric sect of church inquisitors are on their way to Bexley to hunt down magical practitioners. Those are all still available to be spread. Or you can make some shit up. I'm cool
I'm
either
pretty
way.
sure the Church Inquisition one is spread because didn't we fight those at Cross Manor?
We kind of just created something similar, I think. So
This is a different esoteric sect of the Church
totally
Inquisitors.
different esoteric sect. Just completely different one.
Yeah, this one's gonna operate in daylight. The other one was like, the Black Ops branch. We'll also point out for chat at home, based on the original sizing of the spreadsheet, we have room for 5, 6 rumors left. We do too many rumors.
I actually added those extras this afternoon. There was one. So, yeah. We're a bunch of gossipy mofos. I don't know what to say. It's not like it's like a fucking mechanic in the game or anything. All right. Does anyone have a lovely, delicious rumor ready?
I've got a joke one.
Joke ones work. I don't care.
Cool. Jarvis Hawke is the illegitimate child of the was it Lady Cross's gardener.
Bringing it back.
Season 1 callback.
Season 1 callbacks. How many can we get in here? If I could spell illegitimate. There we go. Nice. Also, it's hard to type wearing stiletto nails. All right. Who's next? Rare. I am going to spread Von Karma and the Baroness Cross are only courting in order to formally recognize their illegitimate child. Because I think it's fucking delicious.
I'm also gonna spread one.
What you got?
Lord Manfred von Karma is secretly the illegitimate child of the monarch.
The acorn
Vampire
doesn't fall
queen.
far from the tree.
Vampire queen.
Yes.
I have actually something to contribute to society and making up a rumor.
Wow.
Well, we're just a bunch of layabouts just spreading some shit.
Do you know how
Yeah,
hard it is to
exactly.
spread rumors?
It's work.
Also, I thought it
Real
was Val's
work.
MO the whole time to only ever spread rumors.
No, only to
No,
make up
the reverse.
rumors.
Only
I've
making
never
up.
spread a rumor in this game.
Gotcha.
Val has never spread a rumor, ever.
Yeah, the only
Uh,
reason your rumors take is because we keep spreading them.
It's true. You'd be nothing without us, Val. Nothing.
Fucking nobles.
The auricular matchmakers are plotting a coup to unseat the powers that be of Bexley and establish themselves as the lording faction.
Which
How do you
does
spell
remind me
coup?
COUP, and we did not do faction reputations.
God damn it. We'll get to that in just a second. Thank you.
That was my plan all along.
Unseat the... So one more time. Sorry, I forgot how to spell
Uh,
everything.
The auricular matchmakers are plotting a coup to unseat the powers that be of Bexley and establish themselves as the ruling faction.
Bexley. Establish themselves.
I thought about making that specific to Ariana Sinclair. I assume she's tied up in that. I'm just leaving that vague.
I like it. I like it a lot. Whoa! Hey. Hey. Hey.
I fixed the wheel. That's all.
Stop being bananas. Okay. Done.
I mean, I'll go ahead and spread that one.
Excellent. But see, if you do that, then we're just doing this work for Val again, as we've already stated. Whatever, it's fine.
I have another.
Of course you do. All right. What we got?
A red comet was spotted on the prior night, which means a death curse has been laid upon somebody in Bexley.
Was spotted this night. A death curse was lain upon a member of Bexley. Well, you know I'm fucking spreading that shit.
Yes, do my work for me. My dark
damn it.
work.
I can't
I'm
win.
gonna I'm gonna spread the Hawke family is mobilizing in here too for unforeseen numbers and strength. Because I want to see Hawke family versus army of vampires.
The quest army of vampires.
Wait, vampires? What?
Because Manfred von Karma is the illegitimate child of the monarch, and if he can rally together some people,
Doesn't
But
mean
why
they're
would they all be vampires?
I don't know. I just want to see vampires.
I'm
It's
sorry.
strange.
Is it
I thought I was
collaboration?
missing something, but if it's just RJ want vampires, okay, that's fine. That is valid.
RJ want war. RJ want lightsaber.
RJ want vampire war. I've done two, I believe.
It's down to
done
Savvy
two as
and me, and I'm doing the mental
Two.
calculus of either one of us is going to suggest one that the other spreads, or one of us is, if someone suggests something, it's just going to be out there and not spread, because again, we can only use the spread ones as tokens to make them happen, right?
Correct.
Which means I have created just a bullet in the chamber to murder somebody today.
Yep. You sure have. The thinking. I can feel it.
You hear the gears turning.
Mhm.
I'm just going to spread one because we've already got a lot of stuff on the table.
Mhm.
I would say. So I'm going to spread the esoteric set of church inquisitors.
Fuck yeah.
That's what I was
I
gonna
knew
do.
it.
You
More of
snooze,
my
you lose.
dark bidding has been done. The
I like
pact
that one.
has been made
It's
whole.
complete.
I love making the church the bad guy anytime I can.
Yep.
I can
100%.
summon Exodia now.
And it was down to Alex.
Yeah. So I'm faced with 3 left that have not yet been spread.
Correct.
Or I can put out a lame duck rumor.
Which again, it can still just be floating around in there, but
Yeah.
it won't have to be a spread.
Um,
So if you got something really truly bananas, feel free to throw it out into the ether. But if you want some
okay.
token fodder,
We want totally bananas.
when
Now
do we
that
not?
Mr. Bernard Sinclair's ties to the apparently American royal family have been brought to light, they are
Mhm.
mobilizing their forces to bring their prodigal prince back home.
The Americans are mobilizing.
The Americans are coming! The Americans are coming!
To bring their wayward prince home. I like it. Excellent. So we will say goodbye to several of these. But you know what? That's okay. Because with every ending comes a new beginning, or some shit like that. They're still out there, but they're fading. Excellent, friends. Excellent. All right, let's swing back and do the faction reputations. Let's see. Members. Let's see. The Layrd got a negative. Jarvis got a positive though for the college. Interesting.
Is Jarvis still part of the college? Because he did formally resign.
True that he did formally resign.
Yeah, we've
Never
been
mind.
adding his to the Arcanum.
Never mind.
The last couple times, haven't we?
No, because I think he officially did. Well, this is the first time we've done it since he officially left. So, but I'm more than happy to do that since he is sort of a member now. Cool. So those cancel each other out. That's okay. When we want something really badly. No, I'm kidding. Let's see. I would say Ariana, as tenacious as she was, made a goddamn fool of herself because half the town thinks she's, scary, and the other half thinks she just got super drunk.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say she definitely gets a negative. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Yeah. And we didn't really see Professor Wilmore, so that's sort of a no. So yeah. That means that the matchmakers are down to a 1. They're sort of unimportante right now. College is still at a 4. And the Arcanum is still at a -3.
Mhm.
These really haven't shifted all that much since we started the game.
Well, the college went down. The college went down to a 2 for a while, but then kind
Yeah.
of bumped itself up. So
It's kind of
been
been
a little-
one step forward, 2 steps
Well,
back.
Exactly.
I do think at least part of that is like 2 of the major characters never formally aligned themselves with a faction. So
That's very fair.
So Jessamine and Bernie didn't affect those at all.
That is very fair. And half the time we weren't necessarily seeing the leaders of some of these factions for every novel chapter, so
Yep.
it's all good. Something fun to play with another time. But excellent. That is done. Now it is time for letters. That seems appropriate for letters. Why not? Letters. We've got letters. So, given where we left off, does anyone have a missive that they might like to send to someone else? We left in a bit of a tumult with all of our other major characters and side characters fleeing the ball, and our twins disappearing via portal to parts unknown to literally everyone else, except for the Advocate. The Advocate knew. Creepy.
I've got one for Bernie riding home to his parents.
Go on.
It's essentially, dear mother and father, I don't know if word will have reached you yet of the spectacle that Aunt Ariana put on at her latest shindig, but she has endeavored to make life rather difficult for myself and several of my dear close acquaintances. Soon, myself, the aforementioned acquaintances, and Miranda, remember Miranda Graves, of course, will be returning home to America. I say returning home because while I am not entirely certain for sure if all my friends wish to relocate, I would certainly like to have have homes, estates, shacks in the middle of the woods, whatever we can prepare for them, made ready for the hopefully imminent arrival. Of course, some of them may choose to remain here in Bexley, which, obviously I will respect those decisions, but at the very least, it would be nice if we could set them up with potential vacation homes in the States. I will be home as soon as I make sure that none of my friends are going to be in immediate danger, and after I have a talking to Aunt Ariana. Be home soon, Bernie.
I'll be home as soon as I murder my aunt. Ta-ta. Excellent. And of course your parents know who Miranda is. She's your childhood friend.
Yes.
What?
That part was very
Fiancé.
tongue-in-cheek.
God, I want to know how pissed Bernie's mom is at him.
Oh my god. You've been promised to each other for decades. Anyway, it's fine. Anyone else?
I have one.
Yeah.
Because this seems like pertinent information. Is going to send one of her origami missives to Avalon. Seems important. All it says is it doesn't even have names on it. It doesn't have their name, doesn't have her name. or anything. All it says is, "We're alive. Your boss is here. Look at the shape of things, and you'll know where we are." And she takes the paper and folds it into the shape of a little hawk. That sounds enough.
I was really worried I was going to have to solve a riddle there.
No. I'll give you the answer. Just wanted to tell one.
I like that a lot. Excellent. I will say this: you managed to write it out and fold it up, but she is so tapped, she cannot send it. But
We
Jacqueline
probably has to have
is
Jacqueline
definitely
do it.
able. Exactly. But yes, it is able to be sent.
Where is the current group?
I
Jacqueline and
believe
Jasmine aside.
Jarvis had forcibly grabbed Avalon and Morgan, and we're getting them out safely. And then Bernie had exited with Miranda.
I imagine Bernie and Miranda are probably in the best situation to actually act on things at the moment, perhaps with Jarvis meeting up with them.
That's going to be a conversation for later. Jarvis pulls out his shadow quill and he begins to write. This is not a Hawke family contract. This is one made out from a personalized contract from Jarvis Hawke to anyone willing to listen. One hit contract on Ariana Sinclair. Price negotiable. And he sends it to the network.
The price doesn't matter. Holy shit. Okay.
It matters.
Sort of
It's
stole my
negotiable.
thunder. I was going to do something very similar.
I mean, I'll help pay for it.
2 contracts. Come on, let's do it.
Avalon writes a letter to Morgan. And I'm debating whether at any point in this next few hours we would go back to the estate. Or if we would even be, if Avalon would even be allowed in.
I guess that's a question for the Baroness. Is she, like, they are so dead to her that they're barred from the estate? Or, like, so dead that she just doesn't recognize that they are there?
That's an excellent question. I feel like if they were bringing Morgan back, she would let them in, like, once. Mostly probably
Is it
so
sort of
she
like-
could yell at them.
Like, grab your things and go sort of
Probably.
thing. Okay. What Avalon does then is there is a book in Morgan's room that Avalon has been reading to her for a while. But it's like a very long, like, novel or something, like thousands of pages, and we've only gotten like halfway through it. I know, and Avalon knows she probably won't get there for a long time, especially if Avalon's not there to read to her in case something were to happen, and tucks it into the back of that book. And it simply says, "My dear sister, things are happening right now that I'm sure you will not come to understand for some time. I'm sorry that I couldn't explain to you more. And I'm sorry for often putting you in harm's way. I could tally my sins on this page, for which there are many. But more importantly, right now, I want you to know that I love you very much. And even if we do not see each other for some time, know that I am always thinking about you. And I always will. Keep with your studies. And ignore Mother whenever possible. Love, Avalon.
That's so sweet.
I'm assuming they're gonna die in the next day. Okay, I'm ready for that.
Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. I have one. The Advocate, amidst the next couple of hours, will send a missive to one of the four. Rabbit, specifically. And it will say, the tides change tomorrow. Be prepared with a boat for our friends new and old. Eyes and ears now more than ever. With a flourished A. That's sufficiently mysterious, I think. There we are.
Jarvis is gonna try and do a sending to his patron or ex-patron,
The dragon?
the dragon.
You send
Pops
the
on
letter to the dragon?
sapphire. He pops on the sapphire earring, pings it. This is Jarvis. I know, well, you might have heard recently that I cut off the family and no longer want to associate with them, but honestly, I do not know who else to turn to. I know I haven't been the most responsible of beneficiaries, but there are people I want to protect. And I will pay any price for that. If you wish to meet or hear my offer out, I will be at the location of his lab. Things are escalating quite a bit here. Also, I guess it's never too late to say thank you. He'll take off the earring.
Even without the earring, very quickly, in response, a stone, what looks almost like an archway, or like a wishbone, or like a U, covered in very ancient looking runes, materializes on a surface nearby. And within Jarvis's head, he hears just come.
I mean, if you ask nicely, if he's probably with Avalon after dropping Morgan off. We'll turn to Avalon. Find them. Keep them safe.
Of course.
You will
Where you go?
stride. Oh. I would say going to make a deal with the devil, but Pat's arm. I'm gonna go see a patron.
Don't do anything foolish.
A hawk. Do anything foolish. Perish the thought.
I think it's a little late for that.
Let us know if you need help.
Will do. Stay safe yourself.
Yes.
Strides through the portal.
Oh, it's little. It's as big.
Oh,
You gonna pick it up?
I was not aware. Yeah, he'll pick it up.
It's as big. Okay, now it glows, and there's a portal. You had to pick it up first. That's all.
Picks it up, just gets sucked into it.
I was looking forward to this whole like dramatic build up. And never mind, I'm coming with you.
Yep. Yeah, it's pretty interesting, Avalon. He picks it up. It glows a bright bluish color, and yeah, it looks as if he is siphoned through like a long piece of spaghetti, and then bloop, he's gone. We'll come to you later. Anyone else?
I have
Who
one.
has a letter left? Do it.
Jessamine has Jacqueline clandestinely and magically leave a letter on the desk of the Baroness. Doesn't address it. Again. Don't have time for this. It says, "We know of your treachery and your lies. We don't care who you pin them on, but tomorrow, come forward with proof of the Blackwood family's innocence, or perish, truly, this time." And at the bottom is just the Blackwood family seal. Which I created in my head
Weird.
and then realized this is just a letter from the Dark Brotherhood.
We know.
We know. So their family seal is within a circle. It's like a tree of life, like a Blackwood tree, but the branches are in the shape of a hand.
Oh, literally the Dark Brother. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't do it on purpose, but it happened that way.
That happens. I love it. Is that everything? Any
no,
more?
I still have my second one. Also,
Alright.
are we to assume that the dragon sending the portal was Sid's second letter?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
They said calm. It was an order.
Yeah. Bernie is gonna send a letter to Skylar.
Oh, hey! What up, Skylar? We haven't seen you in a while. What's
Exactly.
Being in the corner full of anxiety.
going on?
Yeah. My dear, dear Skylar, I imagine by now you've heard or witnessed what my aunt did at her shindig recently. In entirely, completely, absolutely unrelated news, soon I will be returning to America. However, I realize we have not had much time to catch up on things, especially the matters which I promised you answers for. Unfortunately, I do not foresee time, or my remaining time here in Bexley, allowing such a discussion to take place. Again, and in completely, entirely unrelated news, I invite you to vacation in America at my at one of my many vacation villas. You will find enclosed the appropriate sum to book passage, whether that is mundane or via teleportation. Hope to see you soon. And if for some reason I don't make it back to America, well, have a lovely vacation. Bernie.
Here's a paid vacay. I might die in the meantime, but if I do, have fun.
Skylar's anxiety was here, and it was here, and it was kind of here, but then it went off the screen.
I feel like this might be like a bit of a toxic relationship that they have. Like, Bernie tries to like be a good friend, but like every time they get in touch with Skylar, it just makes things worse.
Here's a bunch of
Yikes.
cryptic bad shit. Let me not talk to you for a week.
Amazing. Well,
I think I have one more letter.
what you got?
Not gonna write back to Jessamine. Doesn't want to risk sending a correspondence. Plus, they're just gonna go look for it. Seems redundant. Instead, Avalon writes a letter to the people of Bexley. All of them. To post, to print, hands it off to somebody, to make copies of and hand out. And the letter says, I'm going to summarize some of it, and then the rest of it's probably just going to be exposition. I'm not going to go through all of this, but in part, it says, people of Bexley, I am Layrd Avalon Cross, and as many of you might have heard at this point, I am a member of the Arcanum Populi. Though it was not my intent for this information to be revealed in the manner that it was, I feel it prudent to explain the situation. The lives that you live here are one of control and of powers denied to you that should rightfully be yours. The college, the irregular matchmakers, do not have your best interest at heart, and though they have sought to demonize and undermine the actions of the populi, know that we do seek to liberate you from the tyranny that you have been wrongly subjected to. What follows here is a list of every action, every grievance that I have against the college and their representatives, and the atrocities that I have seen them commit firsthand over the prior years. I hope that this sways at least some of you in part to reconsider your behavior and your thoughts towards the populi and leverage your support for their cause instead. And then outlines everything that they know about all the shit that the college has done, and basically is setting up their Martin Luther style
Reynolds
shit
paper.
post. Yeah. Of everything wrong with the current system as they see it. tacks it up on bulletin boards, hands it off to somebody to print whatever it needs to do to get
Hammers
most
it
people's hands.
into the chapel door. No. Excellent.
Onto the door of the I'll spend a token to have this magically engraved on the doors of the college.
Woo! Yes. Spend that damn token.
It's finale time. I'm going big.
Just for fun, how does a faction take an interest in or an exception to your actions, you know?
Hey, I don't think the college like it.
Might they be a little peeved by this?
Miffed, you might say.
I'll spend another
Perhaps.
token to make that shit permanent.
Yes!
I imagine like big iron doors or something, and they are just like it's just set magically into those
Won't
doors.
come out.
Yeah.
Oh, then how does an unintended side effect occur on that one?
The doors never open again.
Yeah.
I was gonna offer that they try and remove the doors, but the text stays floating in the air.
Just stays there. Doesn't matter. The text is just there
The
in that
developers
space
really-
forever. They want to get
They
rid of
remove
it.
the
They gotta
door.
take the college and put it somewhere else.
So they take the door off, the hinges. The text is still there, but in the background is like the black and purple assets missing from Gmod.
Spectacular. Has everyone?
I thought of another message that I would like to spend a token to do, and I may need to
Okay.
spend a token because it's magic. I imagine this
Okay.
is more so as everyone is fleeing the confusion of the party.
Okay.
Bernie is going to do like a mass sending to everyone in Bexley that just says, "We've been trying to reach you about your carriage's extended warranty." Just it plays on repeat until people like acknowledge the sending.
And we blame it on
Why?
the college.
I had that thought earlier today. Couldn't get it out of my head.
Can I spend a
so-
token to add the rumor that Baroness Cross has recently gotten into the carriage and carriage warranty business so everybody thinks it's them?
Yes. Why the fuck not? It's a finale. Yeah. Add it, please. Go ahead.
So many tokens.
Like to spend a token to say that stock prices plummet for the Baroness Cross because of these.
Well, there goes Morgan's dowry. Damn. Jeez.
No, she has a dowry set aside. It's fine.
Okay.
I just want to impact Baroness Cross.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Any other message shenanigans? Amazing. I adore all of you. We have finished the epistolary. It is now time for our final novel chapter. Which, as I mentioned to y'all earlier, is going to be a little different. We are going to go ahead and have everyone, you may set up a scene. So everyone will individually get a scene, including me. But then we are going to have an event. And that event will be this big ol' Arcana Populi meeting. So Val and anyone else does not have to spend their scene on that. Because it's happening. Would anyone like to begin?
Avalon was going to look for Jessamine and sister.
All right.
She
Jacqueline.
has
Damn.
a name.
I know. I forgot her name for a second.
Don't tell her that.
I mean, I think that's the most obvious. So if we want to start there, and then we can get some of that out of the way. But if that might influence other people's choices.
Everyone open for that? All right, let's do it.
Avalon took way too long trying to figure out the message.
So it's quite late at this point then.
Oh, it's a hawk. I get it.
I just thought it was an eagle for like 20 solid minutes. Like, I'm not.
Am I supposed to go to America?
That's what I should have done. It's just teleported to fucking America. It said bye.
And then shows up at Jarvis's lab.
They arrive.
Knock, 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 knock.
Jasmine,
they,
you're knocking.
They super don't answer.
I don't have
I'm
a
hiding.
password. It's Avalon. You didn't give me a password or a code or anything in the letter. Can you just let me in?
What was the answer to the riddle?
I
No.
believe it
Which
was-
part of the riddle did it take you the longest to figure out?
I thought it was an eagle for a while, and I was trying to figure
Unlocks
out
the
how to
door.
get to America. And... Thank you. Are you all right?
Inside? Were you followed?
No.
Could have at least worn a hood or something.
I didn't have one on hand.
Why not?
Because I'm not welcome at home anymore.
I was
I
afraid
grabbed
that
what
might
I
be the
could,
case.
and a cowl was not at the top of my list for personal effects that I wanted to bring with me. This has all gone to hell, hasn't it?
Yes, in a handbasket.
Is Jacqueline all right?
More alright than I am. I think sort of walks into the the more like lit portion of the room and sits down and is just like, I mean, physically looks like she's about to keel over.
Dear gods.
Yes, well, have you ever tried teleportation?
No. I have people for that.
Well, now you know what they go through. Not easy magic. It's essentially the closest legal human transmutation you get. I could explain it to you, but it seems a bit of a waste of my time.
And I doubt I understand it. Oh. I'm glad you're all right.
I was afraid you
Besides-
wouldn't come.
Well, I had to make sure Morgan was safe first.
Of course.
But besides her, you were my first priority. She's safe, by the way.
I'm probably
No,
never
it
going to
seems
forgive
counterintuitive.
me.
Did Morgan say anything? Like, what was her disposition about the reveal on the way back?
I mean, she had asked if it was true. I think you had said you would explain later.
Yeah.
Don't know. Do you think you would have explained anything on the way back to the manor, or?
I think the most Avalon would have said would have been like, Avalon doesn't want to lie to Morgan, and I think would have said that it is true that that her last name is Blackwood, but that everything that Morgan had been told about her trying to kill our mother and all of that was not, and that she knows Jessamine, and she knows what to think about her. Does Jessamine seem like the type of person that would try to kill anyone?
Yeah.
Because Avalon thinks that, but doesn't want Morgan to think that.
Yeah. So, I think she is mostly just quiet in response to that, because obviously she's been fed this narrative by her mother and the town that the Blackwoods tried to kill her mom. and so is like trying to reconcile what she knows of Jess with that she's a Blackwood. And so
confused.
Yeah.
She didn't take it well. I tried my best to explain the situation, but she's young and hasn't had much time to really understand the way of the world. But
Well, I tried my best
know
to
she's-
teach her. At least some critical thought, but now knowing that it came from me, who's to say what she'll believe? Especially since I just sort of left her there.
you had your priorities. I can take care of my sister. She was safe with me.
Yes, but I've been the one taking care of her for months.
Well, if you do have the chance to speak with her again, I'm sure that you can explain the situation to her. She knows the importance of family. I don't mean to ignore everything else that's happening, but you did say something about the... You said the advocate spoke with you.
Yes. Here. Of all places.
Where are they now?
How should I know?
Did they leave?
How did that conversation go?
We'll say they sort of chatted a little bit with both of you about the evening, and then asked to speak with Jacqueline. So, to your knowledge, Jacqueline and the advocate are in the other room.
Yes, they're here.
Where? Avalon turns and goes to that room.
I don't know if that's a good idea.
I don't care, and pushes through.
Avalon sees both the advocate. I'm spitballing here. Jarvis, you can tell me if this is incorrect, but I'm saying, like the big lab portion, but also, Jarvis hangs out there sometimes, so has like a more of a bedroom and like a kitchenette situation in another room.
Yeah.
That's what I'm seeing anyway. Avalon opens the door, and the advocate, as you know them, clad in black with the silver humanoid mask, and Jacqueline are seated at a little table. And looked like they were in mid-conversation, but turn to you as you open the door.
What is the meaning of this?
Jacqueline stands quickly and sort of steps back. The advocate just turns to face them. You may need to be more specific.
Who are you?
Do you truly wish to know?
Yes. I believe I've been denied that privilege for too long.
I believe you know by now that truth usually comes with more questions. Are you prepared for that?
They are my questions to ask. Will not have you deny them of me any further.
And yet you truly know the questions that you have. Of course. You're right. It does seem only fair at this point. Don't say I did not warn you. They stand and wave a hand across the mask. And standing before you is Ms. Oberon Knox. Hello, my lad.
Miss Knox?
Please, I believe we are among friends. Call me Oberon.
Why are you here? Now, of all times.
Well, I was summoned. Though
who?
I don't believe in the manner that your friend believed at the time. Your friend, Mr. Sinclair, wrote to me the other evening. Said they believed some sort of trouble would be happening at this ball, and asked for me to come. Now, I could not interfere as directly as I believe he might have hoped, but here I am. I am here to help, my lad.
Are you? Because what I've seen of you and your four, you've done anything but in prior months.
As I said, answers usually come with more questions. So, before you make statements that you may regret later, perhaps you should ask those questions now. What do you truly wish to know, Avalon?
What is it you want? Do you truly believe in the tenets that the Arcanum has espoused? Or are they simply tools to you?
No. I truly believe in them. And I always have. However, organizations like the Arcanum, though they may have a noble bent, are in and of themselves still a large group of powerful individuals that are prone to corruption.
Yet you selected the four, the ones that hold the most power. Surely they represent your will in some regard.
They represent 4 of the most powerful magic users within the realm. I'm surprised you haven't asked the most important question.
Who are they?
There it is. Any guesses? Thoughts?
Some, but I don't wish to play any more games with you.
Very well. Has been quite an evening, I would say. You know who I am? The Advocate. I believe you may have an idea of one of the others. Spider or Weaver? No? No. Orb Weaver is Camilla Wilmore, head of the college. Elephant You have seen the immense trampling power of them this evening. They are Ariana Sinclair. Vixen? Well, no. I don't think I would have believed you to have figured that one out on your own, seeing as they were hiding in plain sight. I am going to go ahead and spend a token here, because the other two were characters that I control, but Savvy, I would like to give you a token for Vixen to be the Baroness Cross.
I was thinking we were
Are
going to say
you
Heidi.
amenable?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Vixen is, of course, your mother. You could not imagine that your mother would know about a powerful organization and not clamor to be a part of it herself.
And you're going to tell me the fourth is Santa Claus?
I shall tell her you said that. No. No. Rabbit is my most trusted foot soldier. Rabbit knows more than anyone in this town. Oh. Do you know?
Heidi.
Very good.
And you're telling me this is not a sham? If I believe you in what you're saying, that the leaders of the Arcanum Populi are the head of the college and my mother, two of the most ruthless authoritarians and keepers of the old way within Bexley, you cannot tell me that they truly believe in the principles that the Arcanum promises.
She laughs. No, of course not. Absolutely not. They're complete villains. I would have thought you knew that by now.
I do, which is why I wonder what purpose this organization even holds.
Its purpose is the one you and I both know. To freely spread magic to all. But you must understand, if corruption within an organization is inevitable, then why shouldn't I allow for that corruption to take root when I'm quite aware of it myself?
Give the snakes a position of power and they'll spill their innermost thoughts to you.
Precisely. You must also understand, we in this room, plus Rabbit, Heidi, are the only individuals to know the identity of the Four and the Advocate. Even the other members do not know. Now you begin to see.
Wardweaver invited me herself to join.
Of course. You're a powerful magic wielder. One, under the premise that Camilla holds herself under within the organization. Of course he should be recruited. But I believe, at least initially, Camilla had a different idea for recruiting you. I believe she was disappointed in that regard, however. All the better for me, really.
She simply wished to prove my own corruption.
She thought you'd come to her side.
Very good, Miss Blackwood.
So, Miss Sinclair's theatrics tonight, was that solely to undermine my vote of no confidence?
To be perfectly honest, Avalon, I think that was merely an afterthought for her. You just made her very angry. She is Elephant for a reason.
So my mother has, or had until tonight, no knowledge that I was a member of the organization.
Correct.
Explains her reaction now, I suppose. Knowing that I am currently trying to unseat her on 2 levels.
Oh, yes. Yes, I can quite understand her anger. Can't you?
Yes. This isn't how it should be.
How should it be, Avalon? A noble organization, doing good for all and never succumbing to the inherent corruption that would follow.
No, you should have killed the 4 of them at the start.
Heidi's done nothing to you.
The 3.
And what do you think that would accomplish?
That was Val speaking, not Avalon. Wasn't insinuating we should kill Heidi.
What do you think that would have accomplished, Avalon?
I don't know. I'm angry. I'm angry to find out that the people that I had put my trust in for years now, one of which was my own mother.
Do you still wish to unseat her?
Yes.
Because I have an idea.
By all means.
Can we prove that she is a member of the Arcanum?
Yes, quite easily. I have kept any and all correspondence. Very simple means to show that they originated from her.
We go to your mother. We tell her we know. That we have proof. She does not come forward, express, 1, that she's been dishonest about my family and their exile from Bexley. If she does not turn her estate over to you immediately, everyone will know. Let her, in her devious overthinking mind, decide what the consequences of that would be. Because I'm sure whatever she invents would be much worse than what they actually are.
One addendum to that. I believe it's a good plan. She should turn over the estate to Morgan. I have already taken steps tonight to reveal my place within the Arcanum Populi. And I will testify, if that's what it calls for, of her actions and the actions of the others if needed.
She'll need a steward, something. She's only 14.
Of course. We'll appoint someone. Someone we trust.
I believe you have someone right here. Would you like the job, Miss Blackwood?
Me?
Yes. Once your name is cleared, wouldn't you be the perfect candidate for such a thing?
A week ago, might have said yes. If Morrigan would have it so.
Easy.
And so my family unseats your mother after all.
How poetic.
So my mother is effectively exiled. I surrender myself to the court of public opinion. What of the others?
Well, if my name is clear, Jacqueline's is as well.
Jacqueline has been very quiet throughout all of this, but just sort of pipes up. I would not mind that at all.
And of Professor Wilmore and Ariana Sinclair.
I do not think that you will have to worry overly much about Camilla. I have the distinct feeling that she may not even show her face at the Arcanum gathering tomorrow. My scouts tell me that she fully intends to flee Bexley overnight. Problem solved. Ariana, however, still poses a bit of a problem. As we saw tonight, she doesn't really feel she has much to lose. She's wrong, however, of course. That was, well, part of the conversation I was having with the other Miss Blackwood here before you came in. I think you may have been so overcome with the events of this evening that you forgot to ask me some other questions. Such as why I removed this Miss Blackwood from her prison. I have a very particular job that I would like for her to accomplish. I would like her to remove the sight from Miss Sinclair.
Well, I would not have anticipated that.
Nor did our audience, I think. And I feel like that's a great spot to go ahead and take our break, because we are about halfway through, y'all. Bum bum bum. Big reveals and more to come. Thanks for hanging out with us so far, everybody. Yeah, we got a lot more here for you, so please stick around. We are going to refresh ourselves, grab a snack, take a breather, do all that good stuff. Yell at the facilitator, I'm sure, a little bit as well. But please don't go too far. We will be back very shortly, and we shall see you soon. Welcome back, internets. We are still going with this lovely extended game we've got going this evening. It's finale time. As we discussed on our break, we feel like that was a good spot to end that scene. Yeah. So we're gonna jump do some cutscenes, some side by sides. What's been going on as this was happening? We'd suggested it. I mean, if Alex just wants to jump in here too, go for it. But I believe we had a bit of a setup for Jarvis. Yes. RJ, did you want to set up a scene?
I thought we were going into a cutscene.
Yes, it is a cutscene.
Of
To
you.
you.
Oh no. I believe Jarvis materializes out of the portal, stumbling, holding his stomach, just gritting his teeth because he fucking hates portals.
Portals kind of suck, as we've shown. Like, this, like, ripped all the magic out of Jessamine for the evening. Like, portals kind of
It's
suck.
like the vertigo and motion sickness for him.
Yeah.
I imagine he enters a dimly lit room,
Mm-hmm.
and as he looks around, there is a like flare of light in the corner, and it just starts rowing down, like a kind of like the reverse horror effect of like the lights flickering off. And it just reveals this gigantic treasure trove. And he's standing there dumbfounded.
Jarvis is in the hoard of his patron. As I think he probably assumed by taking that summons. Jarvis, you have seen your patron twice before, I believe. What do they look like?
From underneath a pile of gold that shifts is a large sapphire dragon head that kind of cranes downward towards him and eyes him. He's visibly grimacing, but gives them a bow.
They acknowledge the bow with sort of an inclination of their massive draconic head. Several things may have changed, but you are at least still polite, Jarvis Hawke.
Well, when one deals with someone who has a higher magnitude of power than them, it's a good idea not to be on the bad side, else they are incinerated on the spot.
A rumbling laugh comes out of the dragon. And honest as well. I appreciate that.
I'm sorry to have...
You required me. What do you want?
I'm sorry to have sent you a summons out of the blue, but I honestly didn't know what else to do in the situation that I was in. The people I care for are in great danger, and I lack the means to even formulate a plan to help them. If you would be so kind as to treat you with me once more, it would be much appreciated.
It's silent for a few long moments, only punctuated by the deep breathing of this massive creature. Some of the exhalations sort of puffing out a little bit of smoke from their nose. The people you care for. I assume you do not mean your family?
There are still people in the family that, yes, I do care for, but no. These are more of a found family over the course of the months that I've been in Bexley, the years that I've been in Bexley. I've formed relations with a few of them. They're very near and dear to me. You could akin them to my own little horde, as it were.
Gold is far easier to hoard than people.
Yes, I would imagine gold is a lot less snippy than people. That is my current situation.
What do you imagine I can do for you?
There must be something here in this trove that could help. Some powers that be that could grant them safety at the very least.
Safety. Safe from what? From
The people
physical
of Bexley-
harm? I
People
don't
of
think
Bexley-
anyone possesses the power to escape from the tittering and the tatterings of gossip within Bexley.
Not just the tittering and the tatterings, but cat.
We're all beset by cats now.
I'll be set by cats. Not just the tittering and tattering, but also if they were to form a mob against my friends, I don't think we would stand even the slightest chance. We are beset on all sides by problems, not just Bexley, though. There's the college, my family, the rumors and scandals of the Blackwoods. Krieg, what are you doing? To be frank with you, I don't actually know the full spectrum of things, so I can't actually tell you what I want. I just know in my gut that they need to be safe, and I don't want to lose them.
This is what you wish.
We'll nod his head. I don't have much in terms of what I can offer. Take my body. I can't promise my heart, though. That already belongs to another.
You hear another little chuckle from the dragon. As I have already stated, gold is far easier to hoard than a person. I have no need of your body. Not to mention it is already being used by another force.
Very quiet. Oh yeah, brother. Could you? It's a serious moment, Bonesaw. Please. Sorry. Thank you.
I believe I can help. All I would ask is all I've asked before. your allegiance. You muted.
And here I thought I can get to America without any extra baggage. It is yours.
You wish to go to America?
No. I doubt my reputation would precede me there. Quiet life. Nice life.
No. But mine might.
Sorry?
A massive grin crosses the dragon's face.
I should have closed the door.
Beset on all sides, Jarvis. Beset on all sides.
Does the dragon just have a bunch of pet cats?
Yes.
I'll spend a token.
I said it was difficult to hoard people. I said nothing of felines. Yes, they just have a shit ton of cats. It's just cats yammering and climbing over piles of gold.
Oh, you said
It's
horde. I
rather
thought you said
astonishing.
herd.
Of course I've heard of cats. It's an excellent musical.
If you truly wish to travel to the New World, then I believe we may be able to help each other.
What do you mean by that?
Before you pledge anything to me, the dragon sighs. It is time to come clean. I would like to officially spend a token. I know we discussed it. Not to the flag. Fuck the flag. What? No. Sorry. Chat. It's distracting. The gargantuan form of this sapphire dragon begins to shrink. And slowly coalesces into a familiar form. That of your dear Auntie Siobhan.
I have so many questions.
That's always been the problem, my dear nephew, is your questions.
How does this work? Am I part dragon? Am I a dragon?
No, you are not a dragon.
Damn. How? Why?
Why what?
Why the ruse?
Well,
How long have you been at this? You've been patrons. You've been our patron for like several hundred years. Do you just
Yes.
casually take the form of my aunt all the time, or is it like a different form?
No, it's the same one. It's very similar to anyone you would think of that deals in the spy trade, really. Different identities, which then leave or pass on and then become new ones.
This is like
It's
a
quite
dread
easy.
pirate.
We have very strong genes in our family.
I was about to say, is this like a Dread Pirate Robinson sort of situation?
No, it's always been me.
Ah. Right, my friends. Does this mean I'm back in the family, or...
Jarvis, you never left.
I'm pretty sure I wrote a very strongly worded letter.
You may have left. You may have decided that you would not take an active part in the family. But you're still family.
Blasted blood ties. Right. A little bit more context then. He begins to exposit what has happened in the last 24 hours.
Ugh. People should know better than to give Ariana anything alcoholic. It makes it worse.
And honestly, that was the first time in my life I literally wanted to kill someone.
I do not blame you. She's the worst. Well, I would think there are a couple things around. Sort of looks around without the massive dragon form, the horde somehow looks even bigger now that it's just two small human-sized figures inside. I'm sure there's something in here that might help. You'd have to find it, though. But about America...
Yes.
I do believe there is a great deal to be had there, especially in the more western regions. By accepting my aid, you agree to secure more funds for the family while you are there.
Is Jarvis gonna do some stagecoach robberies?
Panning for gold, yo.
Well, as much as I can then.
Fine. I would start further in the back. That's where I keep the good stuff.
Takes off his coat and his cloak, drapes over this regal suit of armor, rolls up his sleeves. All right. Well, while I'm here, would you like me to make you some tea or something?
Oh, that would be lovely.
All right.
And you can tell me a little bit more about this whole situation of Jacqueline's back. When did that happen?
About 2 weeks ago, actually. We were hired by I was hired by Lady Knox to go steal something from the Institute. And lo and behold, she was in a fucking box. Imagine my surprise.
I always did like her. That one has
Throws
spirit.
a ritual dagger over his shoulder. Throws this cloak with teeth over his shoulder. Yes. Oh, also, I'm planning to elope with her, so...
Well, obviously, elope being sort of the primary word there, you don't need my permission. But no, you have my blessing. I like her.
Thank you. If our firstborn's a girl, I'll name them after you.
She gets very quiet, and you see just a little misting coming to her eyes.
Jarvis said he liked some people in the family. His aunt was one of them.
Chad, that's a very good question. She knew about Zach stealing something. She did not direct him toward it. but no one knew what was in the box. So, very good question.
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
Fucking Jarvis stops as he's like yanking out a battle axe. Hold on. Zach was also supposed to take that box back to you for sacrifice.
Well, yes. I'd heard it contained a very powerful anti-curse relic. I didn't realize that it was a person. Or your person, for that matter.
Yes, that would have been very odd table talk at dinner.
Oh, yes. Do give her my apologies for that.
Will do.
And you catch up with your aunt/dragon patron. I will leave you here. Feel free to brainstorm on what it is that Jarvis finds and for what purpose. Because I'm very curious as to what you're going to grab.
Cool.
Cool.
It's a MacGuffin in his back pocket.
Excellent. And we'll leave the scene there. Who's next?
I imagine during this time where everyone is for various reasons incommunicado, you all probably check your magic cell phones later and find a million missed calls from Bernie. But in the meantime, he is just setting up a war table with Miranda, and it's okay, so if Avalon's been nabbed by the constabulary and the Blackwood sisters, and if Jarvis is also in the middle of planning his own rescue attempt, and it's just trying to go through this laundry list of possible scenarios for how are we going to come in as the cavalry to save everyone in GTFO.
Oh my god. It's very Ocean's 11. You're like, at 11, what do we do? Okay, 5 minutes starts. What do we do?
Mm-hmm.
She's got it all. You have it all very thoroughly planned out.
And of course is, making sure to check in with her, get her opinion, and incorporate her into the plan to show that, because she had the comment previously that all the other friends are super powerful and stuff, but he's showing that she obviously has value, both emotional and strategic, if need be. Probably should have swapped the order saying those, but
Any particular conversations that you would like to have during that time?
So I know my timing before was terrible,
Yes.
but I would like to know, is it going to be an issue if I move forward with relationships with the others? You can say it is, and that's that.
That was never really the issue, Bernie. I lost you. You left. And I came here thinking I'd have to work to get you back, but I don't know. When I got here and you had, started making other plans. Just didn't really know where I fit into it all.
I've clearly done a terrible job. If you didn't know that where you fit into any of my plans is right by my side.
To be fair, you didn't really make that very clear with the whole essentially leaving me at the altar and running away.
Yeah. That's like I said, you have Alex is pausing because it's free reign, a not great term to use with centaurs.
It would behoove you not to do that.
Oh no.
You have carte blanche to hold that over my head for eternity.
Hopefully not that long, but I think I'm gonna need some time to trust you again.
Sure. Absolutely fair.
And know that the next relationship isn't gonna have you running off to another country again.
What if it's just popping up north to Canada? I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Bernard. No. That's not an issue.
Would it be too gauche to do all the wedding ceremonies at once? Or would you like yours to be individual?
Some individuality would be appreciated, Bernie.
Of course.
I don't want to speak for anyone else, but I'm fairly certain they might feel the same way.
It's fair.
Well, thank you. Putting the cart a little before the horse as well. I'm allowed to say that, by the way.
Yes, well,
You still haven't properly asked. And no, that is not a hint for you to try and ask right now. Right now would also be a terrible time to try and ask that question.
noted. But also, you should know me well enough. Is that going to stop me?
No. No, of course it won't.
However, I will show some measure of personal growth, and I will hold off on the moment.
Bernard Sinclair. Growing.
Yes, well, I came halfway across the globe. Should be something to show for it. You know, journeys and destinations and discovering oneself and all that.
What have you discovered then?
That I'm nothing without those that I care about and who care about me.
Not bad, Your Highness.
I've also learned that cucumber sandwiches are terrible. Who let the British make food?
What? What? It's nothing. It just evaporates.
We are gonna have to teach them some true cuisine once we get them across the pond.
Sid personally actually thinks they're quite tasty, but it's fine.
So does Chad, apparently.
Oh shit! Chad is going nuts! Okay,
Specifically
chat.
me. I will sit here and lay out my 99 principles of why cucumber sandwiches are superior.
They're very
sandwich.
tasty. They're very tasty. Sid believes that. Miranda is a different story. Let's just get through the next few days. Get everyone out of here in one piece.
Yep. Though, I am also thinking about the possibilities that some of them wish to stay. In which case, I did write home to mom and dad, tell them we'd be home soon, but to prepare, homes or maybe just vacation homes for the others.
I think that's a fair compromise. Why don't you get some rest? I'll clear up in here and we'll be ready for tomorrow.
All right. Thank you, my dear. I could not do this without you.
I know. I'm glad you finally figured it out. She begins tidying up.
Bernie will pull over a step stool that he has probably dug out of storage and now keeps around. It's probably like a collapsing magical one, but just throws it down on the ground, steps up, and goes in for a peck on the cheek.
She accepts.
And then he stumbles back down the stool because he has been up for however many hours at this point. And probably just wanders over to the nearest soft surface.
PTFO.
Yep.
Excellent. I believe that leaves Jessamine.
Yes.
Savvy, do you have a scene in mind?
I do. I think it'll be a short one. But because I don't want to spend an entire scene talking to myself,
Yes.
I think I'll leave the Baroness stuff for now. But I want to do a scene after the conversation with the advocate with just Avalon.
Okay.
I think at this point, especially since they've like set this plan into motion, you could probably like almost hear the gears in Jessamine's head turning, like thinking about every possible outcome, and finally pipes up. So what happens to you then after all this?
I suppose a few different things. Most likely, I think I'll probably be thrown in prison for sedition or whatnot. Unless, by some miracle, everyone in Bexley decides that they were swayed by my letter. Very unlikely.
It was quite the letter.
Thank you.
So
Which
for
is why I
this...
suggest that
Sorry.
Morgan should be left in charge, being the only innocent here.
Of course. It's a practical plan. I have a better idea.
I know you're going to try to convince me not to do this. The letter's already out there. Everybody's probably already reading
Avalon,
it.
when have I ever tried to convince you not to do anything you had your heart set on?
I'm sure there was a time. I just need to think of it.
Think about this instead. We force your mother out of her position. She presumably leaves Bexley. Problem solved. Much like with some of the other four. You officially step down. Though I don't know that you need to do much, considering your mother's already disowned you. Morrigan is placed in charge. Me at her side. My family's effectively reinstated in Bexley. Which would put other members of the Blackwood family in positions of power as well.
All right. That sounds wonderful. I hope. I would hope that would be the outcome of all of it.
I don't think you're following me.
Following you where?
If you were, perhaps, when all of this happened, since you're not really across anymore, be a Blackwood. Maybe no prison?
Perhaps. They're not really in the position of incarcerating nobility. What are you suggesting?
Marry me. Right now.
It's now? Who? Where?
Would you rather do it in prison?
No. No. I don't. This isn't how I saw my evening going.
Well, me either. But I'd rather not see either of us executed or thrown in prison. Do you love me?
Avalon steps forward. Jessamine, you confuse me, perplex me, damn, you frustrate me in so many ways. This is probably the most ludicrous idea that I've ever heard of, and there's no way it's possibly going to work.
You can answer that one later.
But
if you like.
yes. I do. I find myself inexplicably and unreasonably in love with you.
Let me protect you.
Are you sure? your family will be in a very precarious situation and harboring somebody who many might consider a fugitive.
Well, I've all but single-handedly gotten us out of our last precarious situation. I think I can handle this one. We wear a lot of black.
I think I look rather fetching in black.
As do I.
I think I prefer you in red.
Well, some of it you can't get rid of.
Well, I will forgive you for the lack of a ring and
I suppose I'll forgive you for your
proper
lack of
ceremony.
dowry.
And I
But
believe we're even.
if you agree to marry me now, I'm not settling below my station.
Well, then I suppose it's a matter of finding somebody at this ungodly hour to officiate and somebody to witness.
Well, my sister's in the other room, and Heidi, at this point, has a license, or a forged license, to do basically everything else.
You wish to get married in a pub?
It's, what's the popular word now? Rustic. We'll have a
My
wedding
mother
later.
would be furious.
We have the biggest wedding you want.
Then yes.
Excellent.
I just wish to re-emphasize the point that this is a foolish and terrible idea, and Avalon kisses her.
Well, I wish to re-emphasize that I now, nor will I ever, care what you think.
Start of a beautiful relationship.
Come on. Let's have a drink.
I imagine a lovely montage of walking into the pub, chatting with Heidi, who gives you both big hugs, grabbing a drink, pulling Jacqueline over to witness, along with like just some random barflies that are just fucking drunk off their asses. But you know, Jacqueline at least counts, and Heidi doing a quick ceremony right there. Officiating from behind the bar. Getting to the good part. Waving at you both to kiss.
And they do.
And in some universes, now we can't be forced to testify against each other.
Hey! Yay!
We got our first drive-through wedding of...
Yeah! First one. This doesn't count as the big one.
Oh, we'll have
That's
one.
one. Oh, I know. Can we get some ships in the chat? Yeah! Ship or trash in the chat for first wedding. Woot! I believe all that leaves is the big event. The meeting. Let's find some good music for this. we'll start there. You've all congregated. You have walked through the magical doorway, through the supposedly out of order outhouse behind the closed winery, and into the large Arcanum space. Do y'all remember your designations? I have to go back in my notes. No, Jarvis is obviously the hawk.
I think I was a snake.
Jessamine was
Lion?
the adder. Yeah, Avalon was the lion,
Lion.
and Bernie was the Arabian.
The horse, yep. Perfect.
I just imagine Bernie with like just the BoJack Horseman.
Rubber horse mask.
Well, remember the rubbery horse mask from before.
Everyone's got these beautiful like gilded masks. And Bernie's got the rubber horse coming in.
Just walks up with a toothbrush, sticks it in the horse's mask, and
It's exactly what I see too.
What's Miranda's mask? If she shows up, how do they obfuscate centaurs and other very obviously different bodied races?
And the idea is that the mask and then also like the dark cloak sort of go over. So she's just a very, very large cloaked individual.
They also give her a horse mask. It's really offensive.
I was actually going to say she gets a horse too. I feel like
They'll never see it coming.
never see it coming. Never. No one
Under
would
the horse
suspect it in
mask.
plain
They give her a
sight.
human mask.
No, she's a Clydesdale. They have a pretty distinctive snout as well. So yes, the Arabian and the Clydesdale. Jackie needs one too. You're the adder, Jessamine. She is. We had a cobra.
Like
So
a
she's
viper?
Viper.
She's a viper. Yeah, I like it. The full group is assembled. And through the back march the four: Vixen, Orb Weaver, Elephant, and Rabbit. I'm assuming you have spoken to your friends in the meantime, so this small group of you, and of course the final figure to walk in, the Advocate, are the only ones who know the true identities of those in the room. These individuals, at least. Half the town's here, fuck. And the Advocate begins to speak. You may all believe that you have been summoned. However, the reverse is true. Your leadership has been summoned here, myself included. As is the true meaning of leadership. Your leaders are at your disposal, not the other way around. And that is true freedom. I believe there are some among you who have, well, something to say at the very least. Let them come forward. And the Advocate opens the floor.
Quick aside to the others. You all have my back if this goes poorly, right?
God, at
No, I'm
least
just here to see
36
if you get
plans.
beheaded.
36. Alright. I assume,
Yes.
Jarvis, you have some sort of magical bomb in your pocket, so...
No, like I said, I'm only here to see you get beheaded. Of course I'm here to have your back.
Well, thank you, either way.
Also, the magical bomb in my back pocket is my ass.
Right. I'll try to keep this brief. Avalon steps forward. people of the Arcanum Populi. Well, I believe the mask is redundant at this point. And Avalon sheds the mask of the lion.
Bam! Reveals himself. There's some gasping. Vixen seems unsurprised. But the rest of them look a little shocked.
You all know who I am. And if you have paid any attention on your walk over here, you have likely seen the post that I have spread throughout town. I called this meeting because I fervently believe that the current leadership of the Arcanum Populi is insufficient to pursue the needs and the desires of those of us who stand here and legitimately seek the betterment of magical society. I shed my mask here because I believe above all else that the secrecy, the backroom dealings, the cloak and dagger essence of this great organization has belittled its purpose. There's a time for us to hide in the shadows and conduct our meetings under cover of night and under cloaks and masks has done nothing but allow corruption and ruin to spread amongst our ranks. I feel it. Those of you that were present at the tailor's shop those weeks ago, who escaped the clutches of the college, not for the doings of the four who abandoned us in our time of need, but through the hard work of each other, ensuring our own safety. You know it. This is the old way. The secrets, the lies, keeping information hidden and secure. We do the same thing with our purpose as we do with the magic which we are trying to liberate. And I propose that new leadership, open, honest, and shining leadership is needed for this treasured organization. I call for a vote of no confidence against the current four that lead, to have them removed from office, and to have four that espouse the virtues of our group put in their place.
Great deal of muttering amongst themselves. Somewhere from the back you hear. And who would you have lead then?
Only those that are willing to shed the secrecy, the masks, the lies, the subterfuge, and stand before us honestly and openly. Looks to the others in the group, if any of them are interested in putting their names forward, but says, "But I wish to remove myself from consideration."
Silent for a moment.
Avalon doesn't want to out the others if they don't want to be, but if I don't know if we've agreed to it beforehand, we'd nominate the three of them.
Jessamine's
like,
gonna step
how-
forward.
Okay.
Does she
And
remember mask?
remove her
Yeah,
mask.
take off her mask.
Lots of uproar. From the back steps a figure in a German Shepherd mask. They look to you, Avalon, and nod, remove their mask, and you see Ms. Ayers. She doesn't say anything, she just nods in your direction.
Jarvis steps forward, removes his mask.
Big old uproar.
I'm not putting my name in for candidacy, but I would like to reiterate what the Laird has said. I've stayed in Bexley for quite some time, and I've come to love this city. I would like to see it in good hands.
After Jarvis steps forward, Orb Weaver takes a step backward, turns, and walks out. There's a lot of muttering at that, but they exit.
Bernie will step forward, taking off his mask and saying, I don't know if the long distance thing isn't going to work out too well, but if we can figure out a way to make it work.
The perfect opportunity for an alliance, I'd say.
Can teach y'all how we do freedom of magic back in America.
Lots of harumphing at this.
If nobody else is, because if Jarvis has removed himself, I think I was thinking looking to Heidi or to Rabbit.
Okay.
Unless somebody else has another idea. Somebody else they'd like to see.
This gets put to a vote, right?
Mm-hmm.
Avalon has one closing remark to make after she reveals the potentially sell this, but
If you look toward Heidi to this, and again, you've had some time to chat with her, so if that was the plan, then Rabbit shall step forward, remove her mask. There may be a lack of confidence with the four as a collective, but I would like to put forward my name, if I may, given that I have remained true to the tenets of this organization, to the entirety.
I wish to propose these four as the new leadership of the Arcanum Populi. Miss Booker stands here, a former member who has led you and has experience, but has been willing to shed the old ways to push our agenda forward into a new age. Miss Blackwood
I don't mean to interrupt you, my lad, but it is Blackwood.
Is she actually Blackwood? Because I didn't remember if she was
Yeah.
Blackwood too.
She's Jessamine and Jacqueline's cousin.
Yeah.
For real, for real.
Apologies, old
not
habits and all that.
There's a lot of
Miss Jess-
with all of that.
Miss Jessamine Blackwood stands here, also a member of an estranged family, one that has been unjustly demonized within our community, but seeks to restore itself legitimately. She has seen the inequity of our civilization and wishes to right those wrongs. Mr. Sinclair, well, he's American, but if you can look past that, he upholds many of the virtues, he and his country espouse many of the virtues that we ourselves wish to instill within our own community. And despite your opinions, they have much wisdom to teach us. And Miss Ayres has been a steadfast supporter of this motion since the beginning, and it would have been impossible to accomplish any of this without her. You could not ask for better people to lead you.
Would like to spend a token if I can. Not for anything major, but I think as Avalon is saying this, they see perhaps in a gap in the crowd, there is a shorter, cloaked, hooded figure with a lion's cub mask on, who then removes their mask to show that Morgan is there.
Listen, I've been waiting for Morgan to get revealed as the advocate, so this is
It's the next best thing.
Probably sees Morgan. He's gonna lean over to Avalon and go, doesn't this club have like a age limit? And then like motion to Morgan in the crowd with his head.
I think Avalon sees that, sort of tries to wrap up quickly. And I call for the vote immediately and moves over to Morgan. What are you doing here?
I think I followed Mother, to be honest. And so she must be here somewhere.
Unfortunately, yes. Keep your mask on for now, and please just stay where I can see you, okay? All right. He's now very nervous.
Would anyone like to spend some tokens for the outcome of this vote?
I will spend one of my tags.
Sure.
'Cause I have some good ones.
Mm-hmm. What would you like to spend?
I want to say devoted. I've had that one since like the beginning, and I feel like that's very appropriate here.
Their devotion is fairly evident in their speech. I like it. Anyone else?
I'll spend one.
Sure.
Esteemed.
Yeah.
Which I think kind of speaks for itself.
I think so.
I'd like to spend one, plus the MacGuffin.
Please, I've been waiting. What is it? What's in the box?
It's the most hilarious and Jarvis thing that I could come up with. I'm spending my generous tag, and he's paid off a lot of people in the crowd side with Avalon. Listen,
Avalon
the
will be
meme.
so pissed if they find out.
The memes. We will reform at the end, but right now we need a vote of no confidence.
That's the most Jarvis thing in the world.
Oh my god.
The most Jarvis thing. That's fucking amazing.
But what is the MacGuffin?
He
Or is it
just
just
took a
gold?
bunch of
Lots of
fucking
gold.
gold from the horde and paid people off. Amazing. So good. Excellent. Yes, please.
I mean, if we're all spending our tags, I feel like this is fun. We're counteracting Mega Elixir syndrome, where you hold on to things until the end, and then it ends and you don't need them anymore.
Yep.
I'll spend Bernie's refreshing tag to be like, oh, hey, actually, we do need perhaps some
he's
new
American.
perspectives.
Well, he's American.
Like, you could have a beer with him.
Bernie invented grassroots politics.
Canon.
Yeah, it wouldn't be charity.
All right. I would say with the rousing speeches and the spent tags, many spent tags, a nearly unanimous decision is made. You know, like Vixen and Elephant probably vote against you, but I don't think you really assumed you would get their vote anyway. But with a vast majority of the Arcanum voting in your favor, the advocate will step forward and say, "The ayes have it." Say hello to your new leadership.
I'd like to spend a rumor token.
Okay.
With the death curse. I want to talk as the group of who would be best that uses this and what it's used for in this moment, though, because I don't want to make this decision on my own.
Okay. Before we get too far into this, what if we also spend the tag of the Inquisitors come in and bust up the meeting, and that causes the death curse to actually get triggered or maybe like mistargeted? Because I imagine it could be the Baroness putting out some insurance against Avalon with the whole disowning them thing. But if the Inquisitors come in and mess things up, maybe they get hit by the curse instead.
There's a really dark way that I don't want to go with this.
But you have to say it out loud
Morgan
now.
is there.
No.
No.
But we
No.
can't do that.
We're not killing
that was
kids.
just
No.
my first thought.
We're not killing
I
kids.
just had to say it. I know, but I just had
Terrible.
to say that out loud so that we knew as
Did
a group
you?
that we're not going to do that. I know.
Everyone but you seem to know that.
Well, we could have the curse rebounding and attempting to go somewhere horribly wrong. And the Baroness, in her only redemptive moment, could step forward and take it instead of Morrigan.
I like that. Who is this the Baroness's rebounding on herself? Like you're saying that like she's the one that created it to target Avalon?
I think she's the one that created it. She obviously wasn't going to get her own hands dirty, so she got someone else to do it.
Yeah,
But
because
then
she
it-
didn't know Morgan was gonna be there. It specified like the verbiage was like a child of mine.
Or
Oh, okay, yeah.
another idea. Somehow Morgan knows this is about to hit Avalon, uses the like life alert thing that Avalon gave her, and that like redirects it towards her. Baroness realizes
and then the
in a
Baroness
split
realizes
second.
what happens.
So just the only thing I think we need to iron out is are the Inquisitors there to hunt down everyone here, or are they here for someone specific? Are they here for like the advocate?
I mean, we don't need to bring the Inquisitors into it. It was
Okay, I didn't
an
know if you were
option.
still doing that. If we're
Yeah.
just okay.
It was.
I like this
depending on
without
how
it because
messy-
that might get things messy and turn us into a whole combat situation.
Yeah, we don't need all that. We don't need all that.
Mhm.
Okay. So a figure steps out from the crowd to enact this death curse. It accidentally goes awry, going toward the nearest child of the Baroness in the room, unfortunately being Morrigan. Or no. It does go toward Avalon. That's what we're doing. It goes toward Avalon. Morrigan, sensing this with the ring that Avalon had gifted her, goes to step forward to save her sibling. And the Baroness Cross, realizing what she has wrought, does the one redemptive thing in her entire life and steps forward to save her children.
one of her children.
One of them. I'm lying cold in the ground of this fake outhouse. Is the vixen. Although, in her death, the magic wearing off is revealed to be none other than the Baroness Cross.
Morgan lets out, a shriek and starts crying.
I think chaos might reign in that moment, and that might be a good place to step away. We're going to go a little over time. That's okay. It's the finale! Finale! So. It's much time later. As we are in the last cycle of play, so we will not do another reputation. We go into our final round of letters. Our epilogue, if you will. You get to choose wisely. Who would like to start? I think RJ does.
No, I just had the thought. Skylar writes a letter to Bernie. Bernie, what the hell? But that's not going to be it. Jarvis writes a letter to Jessamine several months down the line. To one Miss Jessamine Blackwood. Things are a bit rough here in America, actually. We made it to the East Coast, found a carriage out west. Stopped somewhere in the middle, I believe, for a time. Surprised you're an aunt now. The trail has been hard and long, but we eventually did make it to the West Coast. I'm currently with Jacqueline, and we are building a house here, a home. And we cordially invite you and Avalon to come by sometime, if your duties permit you to. I would like to say that I do miss Bexley sometimes. The chaos there is a certain different kind of chaos than it is out here in the Wild West, as it were. By the by, if you hear anything weird about a bandit roving around the mountains, that's me. Don't send anyone. It's fine. I've got the green light from Bernie. Speaking of, we do have tea sometimes. Hops by once or twice a week if his obligations don't keep him too long. Jacqueline's doing well. She misses you. Do hope to hear from you soon. Give me all of the juicy gossip, as it were, out in Bexley. Or bring it yourself. There'll always be a spare room for anyone who wants to be here.
In her head, the first thing Jessamine thinks to herself is, "No, that's very nice and all, Jarvis, but Bernie did buy us an entire house." No, I won't say that. I have one.
Please.
In the very quick aftermath of the Baroness's death, Jessamine writes a letter to I'll say Ophelia, because she knows her way around the house pretty good. Almost immediately. Sends it off. And all it says is, she's dead. You'll still be employed, but I need a favor. Go into her office, find anything and everything incriminating, burn it. We'll not have Morrigan inheriting the shadow of that family that she cast. And that's it.
I have one. It's going to be from Zach to Jarvis. I feel like Zach needs an epilogue. I'm pretty certain this is the first honest letter that I've ever written, so I'm not sure if this is going to work or even find you. Gods know where you even are in that godforsaken country. It's just on his arm.
He's just sitting there growling in pain as the whole thing just goes down his forearm. No.
I've officially paid off my debt to Miss Knox, but I think I'm going to stay on employment. Things seem to be going well here in Bexley. The drama with the populi, whatever they're calling themselves now, seems to have worn off. Might say they're right respectable around here. Heidi and I are doing well. I'd like to spend a token to say that that Zach and Heidi got together.
I accept and I ship it!
The twins are doing good too, and it seems like we got one more on the way at least. Hopefully it's not triplets this time. I think that's part of the curse coming through still. Litters and all that. Anyway. I hope you get to come back soon. Hasn't been nearly enough trouble around here without you. Or maybe I'll come out your way. Always wanted to be a cowboy. I'm proud of you, brother. But don't tell anyone else that. Zach.
I love it.
I had to have some payoff for the flirting at the bar in like session 2.
Oh, hell yes.
I know.
Yes.
The
Excellent.
through line.
I think Bernie is going to write a letter. It's addressed to Avalon, but it's obviously to both them and Jessamine. Or I'm trying to think if I want to do that one first, because I think I also want to have maybe Morgan. I'll do this one first.
You
but I
got two.
know-
It's all good.
Yeah. So turning to Avalon and Jess. My dear Laird, is that even still your title now? I'm not quite sure what your status is these days, but I hope that soon, if things quiet down enough, that you and Jessamine are able to come out and visit. I know there hasn't necessarily been an occasion for it just yet, as Miranda keeps telling me it's not the time to ask for her hand in marriage. In parentheses, if you have any advice on this, please tell me. But if and when the wedding does happen, obviously you two will be top of the guest list. It does pain me that we are located across the pond from each other, and despite the means of transit at our disposal, it is still too far a distance for my liking. And not just for you, for Jess, for Jarvis, all the way on the other side of the country, though with trains, that's a bit easier to manage. Are trains a thing yet? I don't know. There are magic trains.
You made us go out there in carriage, you fuck.
Anyway, someday, soon, hopefully, and if I have to kidnap every one of you to make it happen, I will. But we will have another weekend at Bernie's, and it won't be caught up with time loop shenanigans this time, hopefully. If you, for whatever reason, don't pass on my love to Jessamine, just know I am sending her a very similar letter to this. And so you better pass on my love or you're going to get it from her, because she will know that you were supposed to. All my love and affection, Bernie, the French cowboy prince of America. P.S. And there's like a arrow drawn up to Laird. Once Miranda agrees to marry me, if you want a new title, the offer for both you and Jess is open to join the royalty over here.
I could be the Duke of New York.
I'm the Duke of New York. Sorry.
That one.
Do it.
It's not quite a letter, but more of a memoir, or the closing of a memoir from one Manfred von Karma. In my time both alive and in undeath, I have seen several civilizations fall. Suffice it to say that though the government might be abolished, the people still remain. And it is, well, with the people you have to deal with, comes with a new set of problems. It is fighting and scrapping for who's going to be the next leader, or where someone is going to get their next meal, depending on where you are. I would like to leave the future generations with a word of advice. You are not bound to who you're born to, family-wise. You can make your own family. You can make your own way in life. not be restricted by obligations that you deem unfit. Actually think about who you're spending your time with and just love living life. Penned Manfred von Karma. And I'm gonna spend a token to say that he's with Lady Nox now.
Token accepted, yes!
And with some Fae bullshit, he's able to join her in the sun.
Easily. Well, shit, that was gonna be one of my letters, but that's perfect, and I have nothing more to say for her. Damn. Alright, keep going.
Bonesaw finds love in hot yoga out west.
We did discuss that, yeah.
I'll go. A missive to all of their friends once everything settles down. And the people of Bexley, who are cordially invited to a reception celebrating the marriage of Jessamine and Avalon Blackwood. Formal attire required. Black preferred.
Now I'd like to spend a token to suggest that maybe for a Blackwood wedding, the married couple wears black and everyone else is required to wear white. But that was just my... Don't want to go there? Okay, I'm just saying. Okay.
I would like to spend a token that Jarvis and Jacqueline show up for this, and Jacqueline's in fucking crimson. And very pregnant, because apparently that's a thing, so yes.
Sure. She can get away with that kind of thing.
I figured. Unless y'all have anything for any side characters that you want me to tie up, I don't have any letters. Y'all have done quite well for yourselves.
Yeah, the only thing else I was thinking is maybe a letter from Avalon to Morgan.
Do it.
Yeah. My dearest Morgan, I know that we are to see each other later this week for lunch. Seems silly to write a letter when you're simply a few miles down the road, but I only wanted to say how proud of you I am. I know that the responsibility of being Baroness was thrust upon you, and that the actions of our mother have been hard to come to terms with, but I am so proud of the young woman that you have become. The weekly festivals in the town square were, I think, a rather good idea. I know not everyone was happy about the mandatory nature of them at first, but the ample supply of sweets, I'm sure, will keep them coming back. You're doing a wonderful job And both Jessamine and I are very happy to see what you make of this town. Speaking of which, she's looking over my shoulder and she is imploring me to send you her regards. So know that she is equally, no, more so, proud of you than I am. Okay, she's looking away now, so I will confirm that that is in fact false. Do not tell her I said that. I'll see you soon. With all my love, Avalon.
I think I have one from Baroness Cross to the people of Bexley. It's gonna be pretty short and sweet, just like Morgan herself.
I was gonna say it if you didn't, but continue.
Well, now I'm trying to think. Are they Bexleyans? Did we ever come up with a term for the people of Bexley? Or would they just say people of Bexley? People of Bexley. For the next festival, know that it is themed on the arrival of some esteemed guests that we will be having. Everyone is to acquire a cowboy hat and figure out what square dancing is. We will have lessons Wednesday evening if you wish to learn. See you all at the festival.
I mean, unless anyone else has something to top that, I think that's the winner. I think that's it. I think we're done. Anything else? I think that's a good spot to leave it.
About to say a lot fewer babies in this epilogue, but I think Zach and Heidi together made up for it.
Twins. Yeah.
Red hair, hand-me-down clothes. It must be a Blackwood Hawk.
Blackwood Hawke is, yeah, they actually hyphenate. Jacqueline insists on it.
My Fleetwood Mac cover band.
Black Hawk.
Black Hawk, yeah. Well, thank you, everyone, for joining us this evening on our finale. And as always, and most of all, thank you so much to my fantastic players. Y'all are fucking amazing. And this was absolutely lovely. Let's just do a quick round. Tell us yet again who you are, where we can find you on the internet. And if you have a lovely star and, I don't know, a wish for the future of one of our characters, that would be lovely. We'll start with Val.
Hello, everyone. I am Val. At the Crown's Crown, Twitter and Twitch. You can find me here Thursdays through Mondays, like I said before. Join us tomorrow for Neon Souls at 9:30 Eastern Time. Don't really have much else to plug there. So, stars. I mean, the surprise proposal, I think, really did it for me. So that was excellent work by Savannah. So I'll give the star for that. Wishes. Are we doing like wishes for the future and whatever is to come in this time slot or whatever?
Yeah. Why not?
More
Whatever.
monster fucking nonsense in the future.
I think
What
we
I
can
want.
do that.
That's all I
That's
need.
what they want.
I guess technically Bernie's the only monster fucker in the group,
Mhm.
at least in the long-term relationships.
In the technical sense, yeah.
That's it. That's me.
Savvy.
That's me. Hello. I'm Savvy. I'm at Savvy Seaworth on the internets. Mostly, I exist on Twitter, talking about what I'm going to be live streaming next. I'm here a lot of days. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Either playing in games or running them. Also on twitch.tv/lbhackemup on Sunday nights. Most weeks playing Masks. My star... my star is gonna go to Val for the, I think, ultimate Avalon turnaround. Avalon's basically a completely different person than I think they started out as, but I think you can track it pretty much all the way through the season, and I think it was planted really nicely, and I think it grew and was wrapped up really nicely. So well done. Good storytelling, and it's nice to see Avalon happy. My wish was gonna be the same as Val's wish.
Why am I unsurprised?
I'm not doing a different one. More monster fucking nonsense.
Fair. Thank you, Savvy. RJ.
Hey everybody, it's me, RJ, and you can catch me at RJSToy2 on Twitter and Twitch, where I tweet about the nerdy things in my life and sometimes stream with my friends. And I'll tweet whenever I go live on shows. Stars and wishes. My star. Entire cast gets a star. Honestly, I love y'all so much. But also, up until the very end, Alex and Bernie's bad timing. You have committed to this fucking bit, and I love it. Wishes, same as Val and Savvy, in addition to, I just want to play a Stinky Bastard Man on Thursdays.
I think we can accomplish this. Yeah. Done and done. Last but not least, Alex.
Hello, I'm last but not least Alex. I am OMG Some Guy on the internet, mostly here Tuesdays, Thursdays, and sometimes Saturdays, and also Sundays at LB Hackemup's channel. Gosh, let's see, stars. I mean, I think Sid for making a stew out of our nonsense soup that was all the bullshit we came up with, and doing a good job of herding these cats. And wish. Gosh. Wish. I mean, I almost feel like I have to say the same as the others, but let's see.
Monster fucking nonsense is an acceptable answer. More than acceptable, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like halfway to thought, but also it's getting late and my brain is shutting down.
Mood.
I think I want to see, obviously in more games this time slot, more smooches. But I think I want to see like slower burn romances than we've already done.
We did 21 episodes that started with I hate you and ended with marriage. How much slower of a fucking burn do you need?
Just hate each other the entire time. And at the very end, they're like, I can tolerate you.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll figure it out. Or maybe just completely different ship dynamics we have not done in any of the seasons yet.
I definitely think we could do that. Excellent. Thank you, Alex. And I have been your facilitator this evening. I'm Christina Sid. You can find me on the Twitters at GreekSid. I'm here a lot. You can check my Twitter. My star for the evening goes to RJ for the most Jarvis-y Jarvis that ever Jarvised, paying people to go with the plan, for fuck's sake. That was too fucking good. Thank you for that. Oh, amazing. Just there couldn't have been a more Jarvis thing for him to have done. That was wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for that. Character work. Mwah. And my wish is your wish. Just monster fucking nonsense and as many tropes and smooches as we can throw in there. I'm down for. And I think we can make that happen. And that officially is the end of this season of Elegant Magicks. Thank you for coming along on this bananas ride with us and putting up with all of our shenanigans. We appreciate y'all if you're here live. If you're not and you're checking it out later, we still appreciate you. And yeah, next Thursday we'll be doing something. I don't want. We'll figure it out. But yeah, we'll take a few weeks off with holidays coming up, and then we will be here again soon to serve you up your monster fucking smooches nonsense. I'm gonna shut up, and until next time, good game and good night, Internet.